Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rock Talk Happy Hour. My name is Mario, here with Kimberly, Britt, and Frank. This is the podcast about craft beer and music, where every episode we try different craft beers, we rate them, discuss them, and sometimes we learn a little bit about them, all while talking music-related topics. Today's topic, as of now, the listeners know, I know, Kim knows by default, and Britt and Frank don't know. So, Frank kind of guessed it before the show. And I'll tell you guys what the topic is right now. So, I know off the show we've had a few, discussions about, AI and stuff and all the AI stuff that's coming up in the news and whatnot and all the new AI apps and all that stuff. But I don't think we've really talked about AI on the show. There's this, guy on YouTube who does, he does music topics, but it's just him by himself, and he just runs through lists and stuff. We found his show after we started the podcast, so we don't take anything from him. But sometimes our topics, it's a topic. You can find similar stuff online if you just Google or whatnot. But anyways, so he brought it to my attention that Google created this application called Google Bard, and Google Bard is it's a conversational AI. So basically what you do is it's supposed to help you with creatives, what's it called?
Brainstorming.
Yeah, brainstorming, stuff like that. You can talk to it, you can have conversations with it, or you can ask it for assistance with stuff. Hey, I need a title for this, or hey, give me a list of this or that.
Okay.
And it'll do that. I'm I wonder how we can use it with the show, because we're always, I know we talk about AI, like I said, outside of the show. So I decided to kind of play a little game and do a versus. So it's us against Google Bard. So I had all you guys pick a genre, which we'll talk about in a bit. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted you guys to pick the 5 artists you think are the best of that genre. Then what I did was I asked Google Bard the same thing, and I wanted to see what he says compared to what we say, because Google Bard sweeps Google, and so you could tell it anything specific, and you can even tell it hey, give me a reason. So Google Bard did that. He gave me a list and he gave me reasons. What it does is it gives you 3 different prompts. So it'll give you a list to choose from. It'll tell you I came up with this list, but here are 2 other options that you can use for whatever you're doing. So what I did was I picked the list that Google Bard came up with that I thought was closer to y'all's, to what I think y'all would say.
Okay.
And then we're going to match them up and see. So if you guys like this, we can do it again, of course, in the future, and see, do it again with another list or another topic.
So you're trying to see if our brains are the Google of our genre?
Well, not really. What I want, well, yeah, that too, but I guess I want to see what is better, Google sweeping itself. That sounds weird. Doing searching itself for that list, or us and our knowledge of just our knowledge.
Okay.
Yes, because he came up with some weird stuff. So the guy, his channel is called Rocked. I forgot his name. Mm-hmm. If Kim remembers, she can bring it up. But so what he did was, when he used Google Bard, he did list the top 10 best metal albums of all time. So Google Bard came out with a top 10 list. And so it had some mistakes. Some of it, the years were off. Some of them, it got the vocalist wrong.
Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah. So it was getting things wrong.
Interesting.
Then the next episode he did was name the top 10 worst metal albums of all time. Same thing. So I was like, that's pretty interesting. But I kind of did it a little different, to where I wanted you guys to pick something and then see where we matched up with Google Bard. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go up against AI and see what happens.
Okay.
So before we get into the topic, let's do our 3 little segments. What are we drinking? We're not drinking anything right now.
No.
But
nothing worth mentioning.
We can start. So let's get not too crazy, but
Martin House beer?
Yeah, Martin House beer. So we haven't had a Martin House beer. Well, we haven't had anything in a while, because we haven't done a show in about 3 weeks. But this one didn't come out too long ago. I think it came out sometime last month. Are you guys a fan of orange soda? I see those two
Yeah.
little glasses. I don't know who those are for, but
I
Yes,
like
me and
orange
Kim.
soda.
okay. So then,
Is that enough?
oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. You and Kim, and then I got this. Okay, it'll work. Okay, so orange soda. Are you a fan of orange soda? guys
Yeah,
fan?
you know who else loves orange soda? Kale.
Yeah, I know he does. Yeah, Kel loves orange soda. Keenan and Kel,
Oh,
Nickelodeon.
Okay. I was like,
Is that really his name? Now I had to. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry,
Kel
like-
Mitchell.
Kel Mitchell.
No. The guy from.
Oh, from
oh,
Rock?
she's looking for the.
I forgot
It's
his.
gonna bug me now.
I forgot his name, because I follow him on Instagram. He's a photographer.
Yeah, but it doesn't have his name on his page.
Oh, that's interesting, huh? Maybe he's never said his name. I could have swore.
He's the name
We'll
of
figure it
this
out.
guy. I
Britt, do you like
don't
orange
know. I need
soda?
to know
Sure.
the
I
name.
mean, in very limited quantities every once in a while.
Kim, do you like orange soda?
Yeah, I just had a
Oh, yeah, you did.
an orange Olipop earlier, and it was actually pretty good.
I like it in like small amounts, like you were
Yeah.
saying. I don't really like orange with alcohol, so like Blue Moon's kind of weird to me. Like I'll have
Oh,
it sometimes,
I like Blue
but something about the orange gives me a headache with
Oh.
alcohol. So anyways, this is called from Arnhouse Brewing from Fort Worth. No, not Fort Worth. Fucking
Yeah.
Fort
Yeah,
Worth.
Fort
right?
Worth.
I'm tripping
Wow,
out.
what
I'm
is-
tripping out.
Whoa, it's been 3
Wow.
weeks
It's been a
and
while.
Mario has lost it.
It's been a while. It's called Pensacola Dreaming. It's an orange soda alcoholic seltzer. So it's not even a beer. It's a seltzer.
Okay.
8% ABV. It's got cool little
Yeah.
Beachy
beach,
artwork with
yeah,
an
beach
egret
artwork.
and a surfer.
Britt, can you do the honors?
Sure.
And I'll write down the stuff over here, and we'll do this to kick off the show. Let's see. I'll do orange.
Now, raise of hands. How many of y'all still tap the soda or the can
I-
when y'all are opening it?
I know you've done that
Yeah.
since, I mean, for as long as I
You just
remember,
did
but
it.
I don't do that. I've never done that. I don't.
No,
It just
I
I
don't
never
think
got
that-
into the habit.
Is really gonna make it
I don't know.
not.
I think it's
go
good. I think it's
crazy.
because I saw my dad do it and I saw my
Yeah,
uncles
yeah.
do it.
That makes
So
sense.
My mom do it.
That
Yeah,
makes
for
sense.
sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a superstition, so the ghosts don't come out.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so like I said, 8% ABV, orange soda.
It looks like an orange
seltzer?
soda.
Yeah, it's got a pretty orange color. It smells orange.
It smells like Tang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tang.
I think.
It tastes like Tang.
Oh, that's.
It tastes like Tang with that weird seltzer taste after.
I've never
But then
had
it goes
Tang.
away. You've never had Tang before? Tastes like that.
I mean,
It tastes. It's
You're
funny,
not
dude.
really
It tastes
missing
like-
anything.
Yeah, you're not really
Tang.
missing.
I like it.
Tangy
it's
orange.
pretty all right actually because it's not like
It
super
tastes
sweet.
Like
Yeah.
something that I've had.
Tangy orange.
Never had that before.
I'm just kidding.
I see.
Yeah,
High C
kind
maybe
of
a little bit,
High
yeah.
C's more a little. To me, it's more sweet.
Yeah.
It
Oh
tastes
yeah.
Like it
and
tastes
hi-
like a mimosa.
Yeah, it does taste a little bit like a mimosa. A Tang.
To me, it
mimosa.
tastes like mimosa.
Huh.
Tang.
Like with like a super sparkling wine.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Tang.
I like it.
Tang.
Mimosa.
Tang. It's in the glass.
Um,
Is that
Anybody
what it
say that?
I don't know.
I don't remember any Tang commercials, y'all. Sorry, it's been a while.
for a seltzer, I give it a 4. It's not bad. I mean, I could probably finish that. It's not a bad flavor, but like I said, orange usually gives me a headache for some reason, so I probably wouldn't finish it. What do y'all give it?
5.
Oh shit. Okay, Kim said 5. Britt,
I like it.
3.5.
3.5. Okay.
You know, I wonder what's the next thing to come up because you had hard lemonades for a while. Then
Oh,
you
we
had,
got one of those,
Then you
yeah.
had hard sodas, and now you've got the seltzers and the ranch waters.
Yeah, true.
So I wonder what's the next
Hard chocolate
Trend.
milk.
hard chocolate milk, probably.
That's the next step. I mean, it's the only logical thing that's next.
Yeah. Surely.
They already have hard coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
There's got to be.
There's
It's
hard
asking me
What
hard
about
thing.
hard
chocolate.
regular milk? That's a white Russian.
Oh,
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I never
You
had
know,
one before.
but they
Okay.
Those
they
are good.
they could actually go that route, just considering that some of those stouts, you know, are already pretty heavy.
Yeah,
Right? I
that's
mean-
true. Yeah, well, some of them are.
They don't taste like milk though.
Well, no.
Yeah, they don't taste like milk. Yeah, it would have to be like legit milk,
I love
legit
milk.
chocolate milk, and then you got hard strawberry milk. Oh, we saw orange milk at the store.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
I'm all,
it's this Texas.
you know.
It's this company here in Texas, and they sell their stuff at
Probably
HEB.
tastes like a dreamsicle.
That's exactly what I was
Probably,
gonna
yeah,
say. And
yeah.
dreamsicles are all right.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
Psh, whatever, get out of here.
No, they are.
They're
I like
awesome.
no. I
Whenever
do.
I would get those, I would eat the ice cream off of the
And then
outside and then eat the
eat them,
vanilla
yeah.
last.
Oh, yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, for sure. That's the way to go.
First segment. Oh, well, we already had our first segment. What are we drinking? We're drinking
Yeah.
this Pensacola Dreaming. Next segment is what the hell is this? second one?
Hangover?
Hangover.
Hangover.
Well, we can skip that one. 'Cause-
I have a hangover.
Really?
Golly.
Oh shit! I don't. Okay, what's your
It's been
hangover?
a long lingering.
Yeah, I don't.
I only know because I wrote it down in my notes
And
last time.
That's cool. What you
Oh,
got?
because we did our
Oh, the environment.
environment stuff.
Oh yeah, shit,
Yeah.
I remember that.
And the one I thought of when I was like, oh, I forgot was the Doors song, "The End."
Okay.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing too exciting, but I did have one.
No, that's cool. I just figured no one's gonna have one, and I figured wrong. So okay, so that we got that out the way. Next one, brews and news and brews. I have a couple of things real quick. I don't know if anyone has anything because a lot of stuff
Yeah.
has happened in the past 3 weeks. So y'all can go first.
Yeah. Well, now that Foo Fighters have a new drummer,
Yeah,
Josh Freese. I've been watching some of the live videos, and he's a great drummer. It's just weird seeing them with
Yeah.
Anybody else?
with a new person.
Yeah,
you know?
I saw the introduction video. Did you see
Right.
it?
No.
Where like Chad Smith comes in and they're pretending
no.
like they're all like, oh, we're gonna show who our new drummer is, and it's them huddled around in a circle, and then somebody's coming through the door, and they're like, oh, look who's here, and it's Chad Smith with his sticks, and then he says something stupid like, hey, who parked out front or whatever, and then they're like, oh, I'll move my car later, and then so Chad Smith leaves, and then Tommy Lee comes out.
Oh my gosh,
And
how
then
funny.
he's all like, hey guys, and he's like, oh, did you bring the Chinese food? He's like, yeah, I'll leave it over here. So then what's his name? Danny Carey comes
Right.
in, and then he's like, look who's here, and then he's like, nah, he's not the drummer, he's my poodle groomer, and so Danny Carey comes in with like some poodles that he groomed, and Dave Grohl's like, he's a pretty good poodle groomer, and then the camera is from the drummer's point of view, and he's like, guys, can we just play a song already? And they turn around at Josh Freese.
Okay.
That's how
Oh,
they. That's how
cute.
they. Yeah. So they did it for one of their live stream events. I didn't see it. I had gotten an
Yeah.
email for it, but I didn't see it. But that's how they introduced
Okay.
them.
Dave
Cool.
Grohl's quite the comedian.
Yeah.
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 He needs
Yeah.
to do stand up or something.
Yeah,
I know,
it's a-
right?
Somewhere.
It's a,
But
funny.
it actually fits in that perspective because Josh Freese is also known to be like a funny dude. Like just some of his YouTube videos, he's always just, I mean, I don't know if he still does, but he
Yeah.
used to make some pretty like off the wall type stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And even like his album pricing packages are
Yeah.
absurd.
Yeah.
And so there's like that comedic element is there.
Yeah.
So I think, they fit in. I think it's just musically, it's going to take a while for me to
Yeah.
get used to
well,
that.
Well, funny thing, I think their new album just came out today. I think.
Okay,
I haven't
yeah.
heard it yet, but their new album just came out today.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out
So-
today and you haven't heard it.
I haven't heard it yet. I was busy.
What is
I was
happening?
busy with work, like legit. I was like on calls all day.
Okay.
Had I not been busy, I would have been playing it. But
Okay.
I did. That was
I'm
my.
just teasing you.
Yeah,
I think- yeah.
No, you're right. I should have listened to it, but I didn't.
And I think it was confirmed that Dave Grohl played all the drum tracks on the new album.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But
Interesting.
What else was I gonna say?
We gotta
about that? I
meet
was gonna
David
say something.
someday.
Dave. Speaking of y'all saying that he should be a
Yeah.
comedian or whatever, like he does skits and stuff. Have you guys ever seen the coffee skit that they've done? So like,
I saw that one. And I think I saw the Foo Fighters taco one too.
I haven't seen
Oh,
that
I
one.
think
Yeah.
you showed
The
me that
ad.
one, I
Mhm.
think.
The coffee one's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And this is like this whole skit about like they're trying to get Dave Grohl, like they have like a intervention because like he's always drinking a pot of coffee, but it's like crack to him. So he's
Okay.
like telling guys like he'll do stuff to them for like coffee, like
Oh,
in back alleys.
jeez Louise.
It's hilarious. It's funny. But anyways, so yeah, Foo Fighters new drummer. So
Yeah, that's big.
that with the new album, that means there should be tours announced for late this year, early next year. And then just to segue off of that real quick, Chevelle just announced that they're touring. They only have one Texas date, but since they're working on an album, they're probably going to be touring early next year too. So a lot of the bands that aren't on tour now are probably going to be on tour early next year.
Do they have a
Okay.
new bass player?
They have one who's filling in right
Just
now,
like a
but I
touring?
don't know if they have a permanent one.
Kemble?
Okay.
His
Yeah.
name's Kemble Walters or something like that, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. What else y'all got?
Not much else. I mean, that was like
Well-
my biggest one. It's just Josh Freese now being a member of the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
We could talk about our concert that just got canceled.
Oh yeah. Well, so we were gonna see Love and Rockets
Oh yeah, I saw that.
2 weeks from now. I got an email today saying the show has been canceled due to unforeseen circumstances.
Where was it gonna be at?
At the Tech Port.
Oh yeah, I saw tickets for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was pretty bummed to get that email because I mean they haven't toured in like 20 some years.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was my bummer of the day.
Well, and there's no like real reason. The other tour dates are still on. It's just here. I don't know if there are other locations, but they're still playing in Austin
Huh.
and
What was
stuff.
that?
So it's Love and
Love and
Rockets.
Rockets. I saw the tickets on the page yesterday, 2 days ago, but that's weird.
Yeah. So disappointing.
Well, speaking of Techport, Kim and I
Yeah.
got tickets to see Danzig at Techport.
I got tickets to see Behemoth.
Well, I meant it's a Danzig show, but we did get the tickets because of Behemoth.
Behemoth featuring Danzig.
No, so it's Danzig, Behemoth, Twin Temple, and Midnight.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Midnight?
No.
They were like mass.
But I saw the lineup.
There, dude,
Yeah.
that lineup is pretty. Like I told Kim, I was like, "Look, next time Behemoth comes, we're gonna go." So it just happened to be that they were on the bill with Danzig, and then it happened to be that Danzig is he's playing this rare run, and he's playing his first album, Danzig's first album, all the way through for its 35th anniversary. It's just crazy when I was thinking about it because I was like, "Crap, that album came out in '88."
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, so that album is just as old as me. So we're going to go. We got GA tickets. That's going to be a pretty cool weekend for us because that Saturday we're going to see Danzig, Behemoth, Twin Temple, and Midnight. The next day in Austin, we're going to see Ghost and that
wow.
lineup. And speaking of Ghost, they just kicked off their tour. So this is the third leg of this album's tour.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's crazy.
So we're going to have back-to-back. It's basically, that's going to be like our hell weekend because it's all Satan-themed bands.
Right.
I was like, yeah, it is tough to go to two shows in a
Well,
row.
that too. Well, luckily is the Saturday one is here. Luckily,
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
And then the
because
ones-
the driving makes it.
If it was two
tough.
Austin shows back to back, that'd
And
be
the
hell.
Sunday
but
one we have seats.
the
so.
Sunday one we have seats. Yeah,
that's better.
So yeah, we're
So
gonna.
it's hell-ish.
Yeah, it's hell. Yeah. So we're super stoked for that weekend. And that's crazy because like we're looking forward to Metallica in August, and then September all of a sudden it's like holy crap! Like we're gonna see all these bands. Pretty much everybody on both lineups are like pretty damn good. I don't know if you've heard of Twin Temple.
No.
So I told Kim, let's listen to these bands ahead of time and see what they're about. So Twin Temple is a duo, right?
Okay.
And they're labeled as satanic doo-wop. It's doo-wop music.
No way.
It's
No
doo-wop
way.
music, but like the lyrics are about Satan.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like you see the girl, she's dressed up like a pinup. The guy's dressed like Jack White, like the early, like the.
Well, it makes sense because Danzig, he was inspired
Yeah.
by like 50s.
Yeah, he just
music,
released the
Yeah,
Elvis cover album
Yeah,
too
yeah, yeah.
last year, I think. And then the opening band is a band called Midnight. They're like thrash punk.
Okay.
Right? So it's weird. So you got a thrash punk opening the show, then you got a satanic doo-wop band, a duo. Then after that you have Behemoth, which is black metal, and then you have Danzig, which is like hard rock. It's just crazy. Like that show is gonna be fucking crazy. It's the same with Ghost. Ghost is the same thing too. That lineup is gonna be kind of similar to that. But and then speaking of Ghost kicking off their tour, Rammstein kicked off their tour in Europe too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
First show of the tour, Till fell off the stage.
Oh,
I read about that.
I
Yeah,
think we heard
it was
that,
it was at the end, but he apparently he's fine because the show that he's been playing the recent dates.
Okay.
What else y'all got?
I'd
I
be
got one more.
scared to
Das
fall off
show
that
must
stage.
go on.
Das show. The what?
I'd be scared to fall on that stage.
Well, so
You know?
he fell. The weird thing is that there's we were all there. The elevator.
Yeah.
He fell backwards under where the elevator part is.
Oh.
So, but yeah, and it's weird because everyone just looked.
Everyone was like,
But I guess
Is
because it
this
was
part of
dark.
the show? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because it was dark, they couldn't see him.
Yeah.
But like, he kept, and I told her, I was like, luckily for him, it takes 3 days to tear it down and 3 days to build the stage. So he had 6 days to recover,
Oh, I
whatever
see, I
happened. So
see.
it's not like he was playing the next night.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they played a show last night, I think it was last night. So I mean, he's good. I haven't heard
Okay.
anything bad on him. So.
Okay.
The last little piece of news I had was, I know it's not like big or anything, but did you know Keanu Reeves plays bass?
Yeah, he's got a band, Dogstar,
Dogstar,
Yeah.
in the 90s. And then I guess just his film career just blew up. And
Yeah.
he put Dogstar on the back burner,
Yeah.
but they've reunited. And
Yeah.
I think they've already played a few festivals and stuff.
Yeah, they played their first show in earlier this week, I think, or late last week in like almost 20 years. Because I think it was 17 years since they last played a gig. And so it's like grunge, I think, or post-grunge. I haven't
Yeah.
heard any. I wanted to today, but I didn't have a chance to. But I saw some video, and the impressive thing is that he doesn't play with a pick. He plays
Yeah.
he plays
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
fingers. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. So he's like about it.
He even
Okay.
has like that bass player vibe to
Yeah,
him.
he does. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. In like I saw a video of him. It's just like him in like regular clothes. It's not like Johnny Depp and all that shit with like a fucking
Yeah.
scarf. And he's like, look at me, I'm playing with what's his name?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
Well,
fuck is his name?
even then, I mean,
Rolling Stones. Keith Richards.
Keith Richards, yeah. Even then, I mean, just reading about how he is in his film career, like he doesn't think of himself as like,
Yeah.
this big person.
That dude rides the subway like he's just
Yeah.
like people. I see pictures of him
Yeah,
all
it
the time.
sounds like
just
he's a nice dude.
Yeah. But well, anyways, I just thought that was I'm actually gonna listen to that stuff. I'm interested to see what that sounds like.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all the news I got.
Yeah.
Real good. You ready for the topic?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Okay,
right,
let's
all
see.
right,
Do
guys.
crack my knuckles, ready to do battle with AI.
With AI, yeah.
With AI.
So of course we're always talking about AI and how AI is mostly crap. It's mostly crap. But so we're gonna see how smart AI really is when it starts to Google itself, because that's what it did. It basically Googled itself. So who
Okay.
wants to go first? Actually, let's do this. We're gonna go around the table, and I want to see what everyone. We're gonna say what genre we picked, and then we'll see who goes first, and go see who's gonna go head to head with
Okay.
Google Bard. So, Britt, what was your genre?
My genre is new wave, and Mario asked if we wanted to narrow that down to a decade or anything, but I don't think I needed to because
Okay.
new wave is from the late 70s, early 80s, and anything after that is just sort of a
Something
attempt
else.
to revisit it. Yeah.
Okay. Kim, what'd you?
90s pop.
She had 90s pop. So
She's got it.
yeah. So she had to.
Yeah.
I struggled with mine and I helped her with hers because we were like, well, that's kind of broad. Because if she would have gone straight 90s, I
Oh,
was
yeah,
telling her
that's
like Taylor
Or
Swift
just,
would have
like,
been on her
straight
list.
pop,
Like,
you
yeah,
meant straight pop.
straight pop. Yeah,
Oh,
that would have
yeah.
been
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah.
So we're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's narrow it down.
Yeah, straight pop, you'd go all the way back to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
50s
Yeah.
and then.
Frank, what'd you have?
I got post punk.
He had post punk. All right. What was the time frame on that?
So I challenged myself. I did one band per decade.
Okay, but what was the time frame of like the genre itself?
So
Late
post
70s,
yeah,
early 80s.
I mean punk really got started in the 60s. But the post punk thing didn't take off until the 70s.
Okay.
You know. And it's just essentially punk inspired music that took on a different form.
Mhm.
You know, so the punk roots are still there, but it's like all the other post genres.
Mhm.
You know, like you can still hear the root genre there. It's just a different take on it.
Cool. I had 2000s hard rock. I was gonna go straight hard rock, but again, I would have been stuck because I would have had to gone back to like the early 70s probably, or not.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
probably the early 70s, and then all the way till now. So I was like, you know what? Let me start easy. I was gonna go with new metal at first, but I was like, I don't really want to go there right now. So I did 2000s hard rock, and I
Okay.
wanted to see if I could name the best hard rock artists from 2000s just going off of my knowledge, off of popularity, how many albums they released, just how good they were in my opinion. So but who wants to go first? So we'll have our first person go and then we'll have a beer break.
I guess I'll go first.
You want to go first? Okay, so this is what we're
Yes.
gonna do. I don't want you to think about it too much, but can you
Alright.
start and kind of rank them from 5 to 1?
Oh, okay.
5 to 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're all to revisit our
just
lists.
don't think about it too. I don't want you guys to overthink it.
No, I'm
Just
Did AI
yeah.
rank them in order of like superiority or something?
Just kind of. You don't have to, but
Okay.
just like start from like a 5
Okay.
and then go to a
Okay.
1.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This is
You
making
don't
it
have to.
very
If you
hard.
don't want to, you don't have to. But
Okay.
I want you to start from a 5 because so that I can read you how Google Bard did it. Because Google Bard kind of ranked them from 5 to 1, not
Okay.
necessarily a ranking based off of
how good they are.
how good they are. It was just like
quality.
it was just more like you'll see.
Like how iconic they are.
Yeah,
or
kind of
how,
like that. Kind of like that.
pioneering or
Yeah,
something.
kind of like that.
Okay.
So, like I said, you don't have to think about it too much. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But go ahead and you don't have to say a lot of
I
stuff.
feel
about
a lot
the
of
guy, but-
pressure, Mario.
I'm sorry.
Just have to say.
Well, we'll see what happens. Frank,
I'm stressing out.
what's your number 5?
My number 5. Okay, I'm essentially going backwards.
Yeah, that's fine. So go 5 to 1, and then I'll tell you what Google Bard's 5 to 1 was.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
so-
fight with Frankie on his
So-
list. I can already tell you right now.
Well, let's see what Google Bard thinks too. So we'll.
So my number 5 for the 2010s artist.
See, I'm already upset.
Wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a minute. Did you pick 5 for each decade?
No, he picked
I-
one for
I
each
picked
decade.
one for
Oh,
each decade.
okay, I got you. All
yeah,
right,
so
all right, all
I
right.
challenged myself, and this is why I said, that if I were a music critic, I'd be a very divisive one, because I don't know,
Because
I
of
don't-
your millions of technicalities
maybe, but
and
All
all
right.
the nice guys.
All right, let's see what Frank had.
so my number 5 for the 2010s is a band formed in San Diego in 2010, but has been long based in Portland, now based in Chicago. I've mentioned them before. Post-punk band called Soft Kill. And the reason why I picked them is because you can definitely hear this like the whole 80s kind of like chameleons type of sound. You can hear some of the Joy Division stuff in there too. Also some Birthday Massacre you can hear as well too. And it's interesting because they don't look the part. They're like just Carhartt jacket wearing dudes that are big fans of hip hop, but they play like really dark, like moody music. And what attracted me to them, I think it's just really how personal the music is, especially like lyrically, when you learn like all the stuff that the band went through, like drug abuse and like loss of friends and whatnot, and they came out on top. And just being aware of like their struggles, their addictions and whatnot. And also too, they just have a sound that really, when I first heard it, I was like, this is like the sound of the 2010s, you know?
What was it the sound of post-punk?
That's my
It's-
question.
It's
and
the sound of post-punk. It's
Okay.
there.
I have to
Well,
not agree.
We'll
but
see. We'll see
Well,
what
because like
I'm guessing AI won't agree with you either.
because it's like I said, I mean,
'Cause I almost picked this
Shots
genre until
fired.
because you got it first, and I almost picked this
Hey,
one.
we can always do it again, and then we can see what your list looks
No,
like.
it's okay.
No,
It's okay.
It-
I mean,
if y'all like it, we are gonna do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
This
Nice.
I'm sure this won't be the last.
Was I supposed to have like elaboration?
no.
no,
and
no,
I told
no, no,
Frankie.
no.
I
was
told
like,
him. Mario told us not to research,
I
and he
know.
said,
I said,
like,
don't get too
"Don't
crazy.
get too
No,
into it."
but-
But he
but-
did
but-
anyway.
but
Never
I-
listened.
I was
But
like, pause it, because I gotta fucking
I know.
No.
I'm in the same boat. I
It's
just have
just-
a list
it's just
of
I-
names.
have lists.
I want to justify why I
Yeah,
picked
no,
those
I got
bands.
you. I got you.
You
I
know?
got you. I got
Well, and when you start picking stuff that isn't even of the genre that you're supposedly
Dang.
talking about, then yeah, you have to justify it a whole bunch.
Hey.
Dude.
It is there. It is
Yeah,
there.
no,
It definitely
wrong,
is there.
wrong. So okay, so in the 2010s, then what? We're 40 years out from punk, but we're still calling it post-punk. Shouldn't it be post-punk?
Well, it's post-punk because I mean the punk roots are still there,
I don't know, man.
and it's like every decade the genre changes a little bit, right?
Okay.
And it should have a new name.
That-
I bet it does.
I see what you're talking. That should be I should get what's it called? That X from Family Feud.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna look for that next. I get you, Frank, but I think I kind of understand too what Britt's saying more is that like that's more influenced by it and not really that. But I don't know because I don't listen to that, so it's
Well,
hard
it
for
is
me to say.
it is categorized as
Alternative
post.
indie rock.
No, but it is categorized as post-punk.
By whom?
So Google's not gonna find it. As
Look, we'll see. We'll see what Google says.
No.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, it's
Alternative indie rock.
What is okay? So did you guys use my advice and use Wikipedia? Because I used Wikipedia.
Did you tell us to use Wikipedia?
Yeah.
For what purpose?
Just to see what the genres were listed
No,
as?
well,
Because that's what I
Oh.
did.
because they're
no,
not
I
even-
I didn't
didn't.
do that.
Well, the reason why I gave y'all that hint is because Google was gonna because Google was gonna search
Yeah, yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
was
Well,
like,
because they're
I
not.
didn't need to.
They're not on Wikipedia. They don't have a page.
oh,
'Cause they're small.
But if you listen to their 2010s stuff, not their 2020s and above stuff, their 2010s stuff. That's why.
I
2010s.
got you. I got you.
If you listen to their 2010 stuff, it is post-punk sounding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, it's not up to me. It's up to Google. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
What's your next one?
My next one from the 2000s,
Okay.
who started in the post-punk and then later evolved into more psychedelic type stuff.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I'm
I'm just kidding.
the lukewarm Chili Peppers. It's a band called The Horrors,
Okay.
formed in 2005 in England, Southend-on-Sea, England. And for me, it was their first 3 albums that I feel are their most influential. They're most like the ones that really, really stuck with me.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, their first album, Strange House, was like just straight up like garage punk sounding. And their second album was more like atmospheric, shoegaze sounding. And then their third one, that's when they started going more psychedelic and stuff. And then with later albums, they started going a little more back to their punk roots. But it's definitely their first album that's very much based in punk and
Excuse
like
me.
post punk and stuff. And so.
That's funny because I feel like you know a lot of shoegaze stuff. I feel like you should have picked shoegaze.
I know. I was
Yeah, but
thinking
they
that too.
don't really the genre. I mean, I like the genre, but it just didn't really like come up as like my most frequently listened.
I get you. Yeah,
know?
that was my because I asked y'all that. You're right. You're right.
Mhm.
That was on me.
So Wikipedia refers to them as garage rock, garage punk, gothic rock, shoegaze, and post-punk revival, which I think is a whole separate thing.
okay.
Because to me,
I got you.
post-punk narrows you to a specific time period,
I
just
got
like
you.
new wave
Just like
does.
nu metal,
So you
yeah.
can also say new wave revival.
There's-
That's like later stuff that tries to mimic the sound,
There's actually
but
new-
isn't from that era.
There's actually a new metal revival, and the
Yeah.
same shit. It doesn't sound like that new metal, but it's influence and
not
it's
from that
kind of
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Look, I'm not choosing sides. I understand
Right,
both.
right.
So I think
sides.
his list is a mix of post-punk and post-punk revival, which
Ultimate-
I think should be classified as two separate genres.
Look, we'll see. If Frank loses against Google Bard, he loses against
he's
Google
losing.
Bard. Then
He's
he'll
gonna
have
lose.
then he'll have
There's
another.
no way in hell that the AI is going to say soft kill in the horrors for post-punk.
Go Frank. Go.
It's
Well,
not.
here's to be fair, y'all didn't know what the list.
No, this is true.
But now y'all know.
And he was trying to, like,
The only one that didn't have the surprise element on him was me because I knew
Yes.
Kim. Kim almost, but by
Maybe,
default, like
we
I
don't
said,
know.
yeah, that's true. She doesn't know her list,
yeah,
right?
she doesn't. Yeah. So, Frank. So number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, number 3. For 1990s, technically they're from the 80s, but it was 1990 when I think their best album
Uh-oh.
came out.
Uh-oh.
My Bloody Valentine, who I've mentioned before, formed in Dublin, Ireland in 1983.
Okay.
And they are a shoegaze band,
Uh-oh.
but, again, personally, I do think, I mean, and when you listen, because I'm the type of person that I always listen like with a very critical ear.
Yeah.
So I can always hear where the punk sound is.
Yeah.
And just the whole punk ethos of, not following a structure, not following a formula, like it's all there.
Yeah.
So their second album, Loveless, is basically considered, like the absolute shoegaze album. You
Okay.
know? And I know a lot of people are gonna say, it's shoegaze, but I mean, really, at its essence, there's a lot of that punk sound in there. And I also say punk because in terms of like a lot of early punk is just like loud and just like ratty and in your face,
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about my Bloody Valentine's music, is that it's just very chaotic guitars, very much like wall of sound, but very pop structured,
Okay.
you know? And it's like you listen to the guitar and it sounds very simple, but then you realize there's so much complexities going on with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I could even tell you, like when I saw them live, I saw a whole bunch of things going on stage, you know, and it's like, it's easy, but it's difficult,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah, my Bloody Valentine,
Okay.
their 1991 album, Loveless.
All right, number 2.
So, number 2.
I'm hoping this one actually classifies as post-punk. I'm still waiting.
My number 2 for 1980s. I think they've been mentioned on the show before.
I know,
Yes.
right?
The Jesus and Mary Chain.
Yes, they have been mentioned.
Yeah,
on the show.
started in
feel like-
1983 in East Kilbride, Scotland.
Brit's like, let me write your fucking list for you. Just kidding.
Like half your list is shoegaze, baby.
I know, but that's the funny thing is that I don't, I just
Technically.
don't listen to shoegaze as frequently
That's
as.
I
so
know,
weird
but
because so
then-
far
because,
3 out of the
yeah,
5
3 out
bands
of your
that you've
5
named
so
are
far.
shoegaze, like in the
Yes.
shoegaze category.
Yes. My Bloody Valentine are considered like the pioneers of shoegaze.
But see, I think the reason why I abstain from listening to more shoegaze is because.
But I
like,
think
No, our question is, why didn't you pick it as your genre, man?
I know what you're saying. It was because of my question, how I structured it. I said, "What's your most?" But I think the issue is that the bands that you listened to were influenced by that, but they ended up shoegaze.
Yeah, they ended up in a different category.
Yeah.
But I still feel that at their core, you can hear the post punk.
To be fair, you guys didn't know what I was doing. But let's keep the train rolling. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so yes, the Jesus and Mary Chain.
This funny. I do want to do this again. So
They are considered pretty much the pioneers of shoegaze music.
okay.
And I mean, really, if you look up shoegaze music, it is,
Influenced by post-punk.
it's
Okay.
it's influenced
And
by it.
Okay.
But again, just like my Bloody Valentine, they're one of those bands that if you're gonna go the shoegaze route, I feel like those are the only 2 bands you like just ever need to know.
Okay.
And maybe that's saying a lot, but I mean, because there are a lot of shoegaze bands out there, but I feel like it's those 2 that are gonna be like your absolute guides.
to
Okay.
shoegaze, not post-punk.
Conscience be your guide.
No, because you're gonna discover like where the music comes from. So it
Yeah,
comes,
you
it,
just
it
did it a
comes
little
it comes
different.
full circle. You know.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Just all right. Keep going.
Keep going, and here we are, the one and
I feel like
only
number one
post-punk band on
needs a
Frankie's
drummer.
list.
So my number 1 band.
Here we go.
From 1970s, formed in 1976, Salford, England, Joy Division,
Okay.
There you go.
which I think do appropriately fall into that category.
Yes.
Okay.
But they went on to influence other bands that maybe don't even sound post-punk.
Because they're not.
Well, I mean, they may not be, but just the fact that they're influential, because I mean, they influence not only 80s alternative, 90s alternative, they also influence hip hop, like 2010s hip hop as well too.
Okay.
Just lyrically, their content's very dark and moody. So there are some like horror rappers that admire what Joy Division did, so they try to emulate that
Yeah.
same like mood
Yeah.
in their music. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, that's probably like my most proper band on this list.
All right, man.
Ooh, okay,
All right.
and what does AI
so
have to
that was
say?
Frank in the red corner.
Yes.
So I got Google Bard in the green corner. Let's see what Google Bard has to say. Let me get this out. So Google Bard said a little bit of stuff, not a lot, but let's see. What is this? Post-punk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually going to go from 1 to 5 on this one because that's how Google Bard listed it. So I'm going to read what Google Bard told me.
Okay.
I told it, list the top 5 best pop punk bands and give a reason.
You said post-punk,
Post-punk.
I hope.
Post-punk,
Not
yeah.
pop
What did
punk.
I say?
You said pop punk.
Post-punk.
This is going to be a whole different
I know.
list.
Didn't,
Yeah.
didn't mean to say that. Post-punk. So this is Google. These are Google Bard's words.
Okay.
Here are the top 5 best post-punk bands, along with a brief reason for their inclusion.
Oh.
Number 1, Joy Division.
There you go.
This iconic band is considered by many to be the pioneers of post-punk. Their dark, brooding sound and Ian Curtis's haunting vocals have influenced countless bands over the years. Okay,
Yeah,
done
that's
with
what he
that.
said.
Number 2, which I thought you were going to have this band on your list, and it shocked me a little bit. It says The Cure. Says this British band is known for their wide range of styles, from dark and gloomy to poppy and upbeat. They have been one of the most popular and influential punk bands of all time. You're gonna notice that Google Bard gets kind of repetitive with its wording, but that's
I mean,
just
yeah,
it's
okay. Like,
it's an AI.
I can see, but I disagree because I don't consider The Cure to be exactly punk.
Well,
you
but
know?
it's
Or
post-punk.
post-punk. It's
It
a
is.
whole
I
other
don't know.
It is
I don't know.
post-punk, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
ended up going the new wave route.
Yeah.
you know?
I see that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me keep going. Number 3, New Order. Formed after, and again, like I said, Google Bard's kind of dumb, so that's how I found it kind of interesting that it got some shit wrong. New Order. Formed after the death of Joy Division's Ian Curtis, New Order helped to define the sound of electronic post-punk. Their music is often characterized by its danceable beats and electronic textures. Number 4, The Smiths. This influential band is known for their jangly guitars, Morrissey's witty lyrics, and Mars' iconic guitar playing. They are considered one of the most important bands of the post-punk era. Number 5, Talking Heads. This American band is known for their experimental sound, which often incorporated elements of world music and funk. They are considered one of the most innovative and influential bands of the post-punk era. Then it just ends with, these are just a few of the many great post-punk bands out there. It's funny that Google Bard said this. If you're a fan of the genre, be sure to check out some of their music. That's stupid. If you're a fan, it's like you're listening
then,
to...
then you already have.
This is the only one that he said something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, it was like, it said like why he picked them. They. Yeah, I don't want to offend it. But,
Or gender. Geez.
But, so, Frank,
In
I'm
Pride
gonna
Month,
ask
Mario.
you,
During Pride Month.
I'm gonna ask both of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I know,
Happy
right?
Pride, y'all.
What did y'all think of comparing the two lists? What did you think? Like, what did you think it got?
I definitely agree with Joy Division.
Okay.
I, to an extent, agree with New Order. The rest, I just...
Okay. Britt, what do you think about Google Bard's list?
I think that all of the bands that it listed were at one time post-punk. I
Okay.
think that
Yeah,
like
they-
a lot of
yes,
them
yes,
evolved
yes.
away from that. I mean,
Yeah,
I think like New Order started out like that because they were born out of Joy Division, but they become very new wavy and synth poppy and stuff, so they kind of change and morph. And I think that
well,
So it kind of feels like Google
put
Bard
it
kind of
into
did the
his-
same thing,
into
where
his
it
thing.
took where the post-punk roots were,
Yes,
and then
yes.
but went out.
So we're homeboys.
Kinda, but don't forget,
well, you
I
worked
called
it
it.
backwards though. You went like,
Yeah, you
what was
kinda- you
influenced by post-punk, and then let's
homies.
call it that.
Yeah,
yeah.
well, so that's what happened. So now we know how that works.
But
So-
I agree with. I mean, as far like at their roots, I think all of those bands would.
y'all both had the
Yeah.
same number one, though, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Joy
that
Division.
is
yeah,
crazy.
they are
Yeah.
like the
Y'all-
most
yeah.
iconic.
Y'all both had Joy Division.
Yeah, that's the most
So
iconic
So
post.
Google Bar got that right. So let's have a beer, and then while we have
Yes.
a beer, we can decide who's gonna go.
I also do not have background stuff about any of these bands.
Yeah.
'cause
I don't
I just
either.
kind of made a
I
list.
just
Not
have
either.
like what I have in my
Oh,
head.
okay,
but,
okay,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Right.
Yeah, we got all the deets.
Okay, so let's take it easy. All right, let's.
Is this another beer or is it a? I
No,
mean,
it's
is
a
it a seltzer?
It's a beer,
Take it easy.
but I was gonna say Watermelon Life. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh hey, yeah, I saw a watermelon. That's why I asked.
Wait, what?
You dripped.
Oh,
You dribbled.
I was hoping it was actually beer and not seltzer because
no, it's a beer. It's a beer.
Sweet.
It's a wheat ale. So this is from Lakewood Brewing. Lakewood Brewing makes really good stouts.
okay. Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong brewery.
Where are
but
they
I'm pretty
from?
Sure. They are from. They're from here. Maybe it's not the brewery. Yeah, scratch that. Forget I said that. Garland, Texas.
Garland, up by Dallas.
Yeah. So this is a watermelon wheat ale, and it's called Watermelon Queen, which is
Us.
both of y'all. And it is 5% ABV, I believe. Oh, God, damn, this thing's tripping all over the place. Yeah, 5.7%. So almost 6%. Britt, I'll let you pour that.
Okay.
So Watermelon Queen. Let's see. You know what? Since Frank went, I'll let him pick who goes next.
Huh. Okay, well, I guess the new wave genre goes next because, I mean, it's closely related to
All right.
post-punk.
Nah, that's cool. We'll do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So far, how do y'all like this?
It's fun.
I think it's fun. Yeah.
Because now that y'all know, it'll be easier. Not easier, but next time, like now your thought process
Yeah.
will probably be a little different.
Right.
I didn't want to throw this one, as a surprise on y'all just to see
Yeah.
what would happen, but
I was really like, why is Mario
Yeah.
making us do this? This
Yeah.
is a weird topic.
Yeah, I
Didn't
thought
we
it-
already talk about this stuff
nah,
before?
I just thought it'd be more entertaining too. So which it is. It has been.
Yeah,
So.
to watch us squirm.
All right, let's taste this and see.
Yes.
What's done. Well, I'm gonna smell it first.
Just
I don't smell anything, but
not much. Maybe a little.
it's nice, tastes nice, smooth, but I will say that it has like a candy watermelon taste, not a natural watermelon taste.
I don't smell
But
the
it's good.
watermelon.
Yeah, and it's kind of an aftertaste.
It's the wheat. Yeah, it's kind of like a. I mean,
Ooh, HEB has this caffeinated sparkling water. It's watermelon. It's good.
Caffeinated. Ooh.
Huh.
Nice.
I like
what do
it.
y'all think of
I like
this?
it.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it too.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I give it like a 4.5. I don't know. Like, do y'all agree with me? The watermelon taste is like a candy, fake watermelon taste. It's not natural. Definitely not natural. It doesn't taste natural to me.
I think it's good. I like it.
I like it a lot.
No, I like it too, but
I'd probably go 5 on that.
Yeah, me too.
It's
a watermelon
I
life.
need to taste it again.
The watermelon could be stronger,
Yeah.
but it's good.
But it's
So
nice
Kim
and
says
subtle and
five.
Five,
Britt
five,
says
five.
5.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go like a 4.8. Just gonna knock it down.
The
a couple
watermelon
notches.
queens agree.
Yeah, I think it could use a little bit more watermelon. But
Rude.
Britt's next. And
Yes.
she got New Wave.
Yeah.
So go ahead if you can. Start from a number 5 and work your
I
way
don't know if
back
I
to
can
1.
do that exactly. And I also
it's
put
so
7 on
hard.
my list, so I'm trying to narrow it down. And I had
I know
like
I
40
have
others.
14.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh crap.
But-
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my first one. I don't know where this falls in the ranking, but I'm going
That's
with
fine. You don't have to
with
rank it. that's
Devo.
fine. Okay.
Yeah, because they got started in the 70s. I mean, the genre started in the late 70s
Okay.
and carried on into the 80s, and I stayed locked in that time to be authentic.
Oh man, there's a lot gonna be rivalry on one of these.
So, Devo for sure.
Okay.
I also, of course, have Depeche Mode, my favorite guys. They are very firmly in there. They might be my personal number 1, but I don't think that Google AI is going to say that they're number 1.
Okay. All right.
That's my guess.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. I put New Order.
Actually, shit. I should have been writing this down.
That's okay.
5. You said what again?
I said Devo.
Oh, yeah,
I said
Devo.
Depeche Mode.
Depeche
I said
Mode.
New Order.
Okay.
I'm going to say Talking Heads.
Talking
They were
Heads,
on my
okay.
list, and I think that they helped really pioneer that. But although we just discussed that they morphed and changed and they get classified as a whole bunch of different genres.
Oh yeah,
But-
they get their.
But I really think that they were a part of that movement. They were one of the very early bands that played at CBGB, and they always got kind of classified as such and were super experimental. So that's 4. Did I say 4?
Yeah, that was your 4th one. So what's your number 1?
Well, I'm not going to say that's my number
Gotcha,
1.
gotcha.
I can't put them in order, but
Gotcha.
I'm putting The Cure in there.
The Cure. Okay. So if you had to pick one as your number 1 out of these 5, who
That
would
I'm
you?
going to say that I'm going to try and predict that AI says is number 1.
No. What do you? What to you?
Like
what
me
is number?
personally,
Yeah,
what is
personally,
Depeche
what do you
Mode?
think is
They're-
number 1?
yeah, they're my
Depeche Mode?
guys.
Okay. Frank, what do you think is number 1 out of all that list for new wave? So you have Devo, Depeche Mode,
Talking Heads,
New Order, Talking Heads, and The Cure.
I would say New Order.
New Order. Okay. So let's see. All right. Let's see what Google Bard had to say. Let's see. Now that was.
I also had I had Gary Newman,
Okay.
and I had Yaz on there too, but I don't know. I tried to pick what I might think that the computer's going to say.
All right, Britt. Here we go.
Let's see.
So I asked it, list the top 5 best new wave bands and give reason. Google Bard said, sure, here are the top 5 best new wave bands and the reasons why they are considered as such. Number 1, Talking Heads.
Hey.
Talking Heads were an American rock band formed in New York City in 1975. They are considered one of the most influential bands of the new wave era, and their music is known for its experimental and electronic sound. Some of their most popular songs include Once in a Lifetime, Psycho Killer, and Burning Down the House. Sometimes Google Bard does get songs and years and albums and names wrong.
Okay.
So we
Those
haven't
songs are correct. I don't know the years for them.
Yeah, we haven't encountered them yet, but we'll see. Number 2, the B-52s.
Okay.
The B-52s are an American new wave band formed in Athens, Georgia in 1976. They are known for their upbeat, quirky, and danceable music. Some of their most popular songs include Rock Lobster, Love Shack, and Kill 'Em All. I'm just kidding. And Rome.
I was like, what?
And Rome. Number 3, Devo.
Yeah.
Devo is an American new wave band formed in Akron, Ohio in 1973. They are known for their satirical and science fiction inspired music and costumes. Some of their most popular songs include Whip It, Satisfaction, and Jocko Homo. Okay. Number 4, The Cars.
No.
The Cars were an American new wave.
thumbs down.
The Cars were an American new wave band formed in Boston in 1976. They are known for their catchy melodies, synthesizers, and guitar-driven rock sound. Some of their most popular songs include "Just What I Needed," "My Best Friend's Girl," and "Drive." Number 5, Elvis Costello.
Okay.
Elvis Costello is an English singer-songwriter who emerged in the early 1970s as a leading figure in the new wave movement. He is known for his witty and literate lyrics, and his music has been influenced by a wide range of genres, including rockabilly, punk rock, and jazz. Some of his most popular songs include "Pump It Up," "Peace, Love, and Understanding," and "Allison." These are just a few of the many great new wave bands that emerged in the 1970s and 1980s. New wave music was a diverse and eclectic genre, and it helped to shape the sound of popular music for decades to come. Britt, Frank, thoughts on the new wave list that Bard had?
I mean, I don't think it's like entirely wrong, and Elvis Costello came up in my brain when I was thinking of this stuff. He's just not like a personal favorite, so I didn't include him. The Cars never even crossed my mind because I just am not a fan.
Though he's not a personal favorite, do you see him like up there? Like
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Super
Okay.
influential,
Okay.
made just an absolute ton of music, and yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
respect. I'm just not, and I probably know a zillion songs of his, and I don't know why. It's one of those guys, like, how did these lyrics get in my head? I didn't do it on purpose.
It's kind of funny because I thought you were going to have B-52s on there.
Yeah, and I thought about them too, for sure, of course, but I was like, I could see
yeah.
that they would be classified as something else,
Yeah.
right? Like, I can
Okay.
see them being classified. They get, like, dance. They're, like,
Yeah.
always called, like, the ultimate party band because everything's, like, dancing
Yeah.
and fun.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of was like, and they're not they're not super keyboardy, so I kind of stayed away.
That's true. Yeah.
But, I mean, there's a lot of new wave that's not keyboardy, so.
Frank, thoughts on this list?
I feel like there were some that could have been included on there, but now I'm thinking more in terms of maybe they're not because they're more synth pop.
But also, too, don't forget, we only
True.
did 5. If it was like a top 10 list,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the bands you were
Yeah,
thinking.
true.
Possibly,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got 2.
Yeah, you got 2. You got, what was it, Devo and...
Talking Heads.
Talking Heads, yeah. But again, not to say you're wrong or whatever, Google Bard.
Yeah, I think it is. It comes down to like nuances in regards to how things are classified and stuff. But I'm still beating Frankie, so it's cool.
All right. So, y'all want to try another beer and then we go to the next person?
Sure. Kim's
Yeah.
gonna like clean us out.
No,
man.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I am so like I don't think that my list is gonna even touch Google.
Okay, so this next one is has pretty cool artwork. It's from Voodoo Brewing Co. It's from Medville, Pennsylvania. It's called Beach. What the hell is that?
They have a
Beach-
lot of voodoo going on in
Oh.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's called. I know. Right? It's called Beach Gear. It's a blonde ale with apricots. 5.6% ABV for the pint. Let's see. What else? I don't think I have anything to say about that. It's apricot flavored. I don't think we've had anything apricot flavored. The artwork's pretty trippy. Some dude on a desert beach with
Is he hairy?
Yeah, he's hairy. He has 4 eyes. There's a duck.
What's the difference between an apricot and a peach?
Oh.
That's a real question.
you know?
I'm not saying like, oh,
I don't
I'm gonna
know. We
tell
can
you a
ask Google
fact.
Bard.
Apricots are
Yeah.
much smaller and they're oftentimes dried.
Oh, okay.
And you but when they're fresh, they're like tiny, and they're dried, they're like this. You
Like
see 'em-
plums?
Like what?
Like plums?
Smaller than a plum, I
Oh,
think.
Huh, interesting.
They're
Was that the? I'm not a big like apricot.
stone fruit kind of person.
Yeah, it says
person.
apricots have a similar
like-
shape, color, and fuzzy
Is
skin
that the same
as
like
peaches.
Okay,
Huh,
because I was
okay.
like, are they even
But-
like this? similar. Or just
Yeah.
They are similar. Yeah, they're stone fruit, and
But they're about a quarter of the size.
yeah, they're
Oh,
tiny.
shit. Okay.
I love plums, but one time I was eating one and I bit it and I hit the pit because it was small
Ooh.
and I chipped my little.
Oh no. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
smells
So I'm
citrusy.
scared of those fruits.
It kind of smells like. I don't know.
It smells good.
Yeah,
You know,
it does smell good.
I've heard people pronounce it apricot also.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know what.
What's
It's one
your
of those
least favorite
tomato
fruit? Go.
tomato things.
What?
Least
What?
favorite fruit? Go.
Least favorite
Yes.
fruit?
It smells
Quick.
good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Least favorite
Cantaloupe.
fruit. Least favorite fruit.
Well, I like
I don't
cantaloupe.
like cantaloupe
It just
either.
can't
I like
get-
cantaloupe.
Least favorite fruit.
Cantaloupe and honeydew. Those two, I just can't.
I don't know. Gosh, I really
Ooh.
like fruit.
I like this.
I don't like pears.
I don't
They're
know.
just a
Oh, I
weird
love 'em.
texture. They're like a weird texture.
They are kind of green.
I'm giving that a 4.
Mario?
I'm giving it a 5.
Least favorite fruit.
I don't know what apricot tastes like, but if that's apricot, it's
Oh
5.
yeah.
Oh
Mhm,
yeah,
that's lovely.
definitely-
Yeah, 5. 5? 5s?
Yeah.
You didn't
Fives?
give us a fruit.
Wait,
I
lime.
can't think of one either.
Lime.
You said a fruit. Fuck, I don't know. I mean,
Oh yeah, Britt can't think of it. It's
can't.
okay.
yeah, I can't think of. I like all fruits pretty much. I mean, I like strawberries, blueberries.
What about jackfruit? Isn't that like the really
Uh,
gross
No,
one?
but that's not a.
I never had that
Stinks.
before.
Oh, I've had jackfruit before, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe, but
fine. If that's technically a fruit, then jackfruit. Yeah.
You know, I'm also gonna say jicama because it has no flavor.
is it a fruit?
Jicama.
Yeah, I think
It's a
I
root.
think jicama.
I think it's a.
Oh
fruit,
no, I don't
or
think it's
know.
a.
I like
That was
it.
a root vegetable.
It's
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
root
root.
vegetable,
Yeah.
I
it's
thought.
added. It's added in a lot of
Fruit stuff. Yeah, but it's not.
cassava or taro or
Mhm.
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
taro.
Yeah.
Tar-
This isn't fruit
Yeah.
talk happy hour, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
sorry.
Sorry,
That's
we
my other
could
show.
we could ask AI.
got
What's
some-
the what
What's
are the
I was,
worst?
I was, but
The
it's
5
not.
worst
No, it's
fruits.
okay.
Worst fruits.
Oh, I'm not. If I was connected to the Wi-Fi, I would have asked Google Bard. Next time, I got to do that before the show.
Yeah.
So is Kim next?
Sure. I mean,
All right, Kim.
unless it's you.
No. So
Okay.
if you can start from number 5,
I
not you don't have to. Start from number 5 and name me what your name me the top 5 best '90s pop artists.
Okay.
Go.
Backstreet's back. All right.
Okay.
Backstreet Boys.
I would have had. Yeah, I think I would have had them on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
NSYNC.
Okay.
The Spice Girls.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I'm not. Was NSYNC and like Backstreet Boys like more like? No, they were late
They're pop.
'90s, right?
Yeah,
no.
they're
I was
like-
gonna say
they're like the
time
same
frame wise.
Time frame
Yeah.
of like all
Okay,
that.
okay. And you said
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls. Okay.
Mariah Carey,
Okay.
because she's the queen.
Okay.
And Britney, because she's the queen. Britney bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have
All right,
added. I
guys.
would have added Aqua in there.
Of course you would, and it would not be
That
on
would
the
have been
list.
that would have been like a one hit
A
pop
one-hit
wonder.
wonder,
Or one hit.
yeah.
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 Because not
but
like.
still.
All right.
I mean, they rocked my world.
But
They
did
still
But
do.
that's not the question.
But was it a Spice World though?
And it,
No, it was an Aqua world.
Okay.
it
So
was a Barbie world.
Barbie world.
so Kim had Britney's your number 1.
yeah.
Okay,
of
so she
course,
had
always,
Backstreet,
forever.
NSYNC, Spice Girls, Mariah Carey, and Britney at number 1. Let's see what Google Bard has to
Oh,
say.
goodness.
Yeah, I bet you're gonna win, Kim.
You're
I
probably.
feel like Christina's going to be in there somewhere.
Oh,
I-
true.
Here we go.
Maybe.
So I asked Google Bard, list the top 5 best 90s pop artists and give reason. This is what Google Bard said. Here are the top 5 best 90s pop artists and the reasons why. Number 1, Mariah Carey.
Ah, there you go.
Mariah Carey
She's
was
the queen.
Mariah Carey was one of the most successful pop artists of the 90s with a string of hit singles including Vision of Love, We Belong Together, and All I Want for Christmas Is You. She was also known for her powerful vocals and her ability to sing in a wide range of vocal styles. Okay. Number 2, Madonna.
Oh,
I thought she was more like 80s. That's why I didn't go for her. But
She
I
was
wasn't sure.
she had a lot of stuff in the 90s.
Because it would have
Yeah.
been like Madonna, Janet. Like, I would have put those.
Yeah,
Oh,
she,
yeah,
she-
true.
But
Yeah,
but the
true.
thing
You
was
might-
like kind of like Frank's list. Like these guys started before that, but then they
Yeah.
leaked into the 90s.
yeah, in the 90s she was
Well,
huge.
but-
So that's why it was tough.
Did she peak in the 90s?
Well, here we go.
She may have.
Madonna was another hugely successful pop artist of the 90s. She was known for her provocative music videos, her edgy fashion sense, and her ability to reinvent herself throughout her career.
Okay.
Some of her biggest hits from the 90s include Vogue, Like a Prayer, and Frozen.
Frozen. Oh, I had
That's
the
a good
single
one.
on a CD.
Number 3, Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was one of the most popular and critically acclaimed singers of the 90s. She had a powerful voice that was perfectly suited to R&B, pop, and gospel music.
See, I put her more in R&B section.
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
I would.
yeah,
I
I
would.
agree.
Because I was gonna say TLC as well, but there to me are R&B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is more R&B. Again, Google Bar kind of fucked on this one. Her biggest hits from the 90s include "I Will Always Love You," "I Want to Dance with Somebody," and "I Have
I don't
Nothing."
see her as pop at all.
I don't. Well,
Want to dance with somebody from the 90s?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess she kind of like it was like a subgenre of hers that was pop, but I don't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
there
have
was-
seen her straight up pop.
Fuck,
Yeah.
is Paula
No.
Abdul on there then? Damn.
Number 4. This one was kind of weird
It's
to me.
annoying, alright.
I would have seen her more alternative, but again, y'all can.
Alanis Morissette.
Yep.
Yep.
Alanis-
I
Alanis,
knew it. I knew it.
Alanis Morissette was a Canadian
No.
singer-songwriter who rose to
Not
fame.
pop.
No,
Not at
no,
all.
not pop. Who rose to fame in the 90s with her album Jagged Little Pill. The album was a critical and commercial success, and it spawned several hit singles, including You Oughta Know, Hand in My Pocket, and Ironic.
I Want to Dance with Somebody is from 1987.
Wow. So you see,
Wow,
Google Bar got that wrong.
bitch. Oh,
Google
yeah.
Bar got it wrong.
And they think Alanis Morissette was pop.
Yeah, when I saw that on there too, I was
They
like,
were
"That's
She was
Get me.
popular, but she
yeah,
wasn't
she
pop.
wasn't pop."
Well,
Yeah.
but here's the thing.
No, she's not pop.
I think a lot of people. So I guess there's this misunderstanding about pop, right?
Pop is
Because
popular.
Pop is popular. Yeah.
when I think of pop, I think of like the pop structure of the music.
Well, that's
So I
You know?
said like bubblegum pop then because then
Yeah,
that would've been,
maybe.
like the teeny bop.
no.
stuff.
I think you're right. You were right. You were right. Because here's the thing, though. So before I get to number 5, I told you guys that Google Bard had 3 drafts for each of you guys, right?
Okay.
I had to pick this one because the other one was weird.
Uh-huh.
But on the other 2, Britney Spears was on there.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You ready for number 5?
No, but okay.
Spice Girls. Spice Girls are number 5.
Yay,
The
good.
Spice Girls were a British girl group who were one of the most popular pop acts of the 90s. They were known for their catchy songs, their fun personalities, and their empowering messages. Their biggest hits include "Wannabe," "Say You'll Be There," and "Spice Up Your Life." These are just a few of the many great pop artists who emerged in the 90s. The decade was a time of great creativity and innovation in pop music, and these artists helped to shape the sound of the era. So on the other list that I left out, or that I didn't choose, Britney was on there, but you had Michael Jackson and some of the older artists on there. So you had like
Wow.
Michael Jackson, Madonna. I forgot who else was on there. I was like, no, this does not fit Kim's list.
Oh, so you custom tailored your search to your wife's list?
No,
Is
no,
that
no.
what you're telling me?
I customized. No. Britt was not paying attention.
No, I wasn't.
So Google Bar did 3 drafts for each of you guys.
Oh.
And I picked the closest
Oh,
one
you
that
picked the one that you thought was.
I thought
see,
was
I
closest
see.
to
Okay,
you
so
guys.
you did that for all of us.
Yeah, I did that for all you guys.
I thought it was
Okay.
like
No.
special treatment over
It was
here.
it was no. It was, but you see, here's the weird thing is though.
So then
that-
I got 3.
Yes. Well,
Yes,
here's the
you were-
weird thing is that
you're winning.
y'all's 2 lists. The only difference I think was one band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on all 3 drafts. And so I don't know if it was Frank's or yours, where like the lists were exactly the same. They were just in different order and different reasons.
Oh, I
Kim,
see.
yours was a different one. Yours had actually had Michael Jackson appeared on 2 of the other ones.
I
and
would
then
have never
some-
said that.
Exactly. But the curveball was Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like-
so weird.
well,
And
I
I've
was
got
like, yeah.
Wikipedia pulled up, and the genres she's classified as are alternative rock, post-grunge, electronica,
Yep.
hard rock,
Google, you're an idiot.
indie pop, pop rock, dance pop,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is shocking too because I don't really see that. But
I mean, especially with the songs that they named for the 90s.
Yeah.
yeah, for the 90s.
That doesn't even make sense. And and the
No,
fact that
because-
I specified 90s
And
and
Yeah.
pop, it should have.
and Whitney, I feel R&B.
Yeah,
for
Whitney was
but
kind of-
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, she
what
had some
Google
pop
said.
songs,
Yeah, she
but
did,
apparently even the ones they're using as evidence are from the 80s, not from the
Oh,
90s.
this is why I didn't pick the other list. Y'all ready to hear what? So I actually pulled up the other draft. I was able to load it without being connected. This was draft number 2 for pop. Mariah Carey at number 1, Michael Jackson number 2, Madonna at number 3, Britney Spears at number 4, number 5 Nirvana.
What?
It had Nirvana at number 5.
Wow.
This was the 3rd draft. Number 1, Madonna. Number 2, Michael Jackson. Number 3, Mariah Carey. Number 4, Whitney Houston. Number 5, Alanis Morissette. Again. So, Bart
Well.
just jacked pop up all together.
Even with a specific time.
Even
frame.
with a specific time frame. Like, the fact that you got Nirvana there under pop is proof that
Yeah,
it
this
didn't.
thing doesn't work.
It was
It's dumb.
popular, but it wasn't pop music.
Right.
I'm like
That-
stupid. So,
Yeah, we need some definitions.
all right. So, y'all ready for mine?
I think so.
We'll do mine and then we'll have another list. Okay, so mine. I had start from number 5. So,
What is your genre again?
2000s hard rock.
Okay.
So my criteria basically, I don't have a lot of facts to give on each band, but what I did look at was I looked at Wikipedia to see if they were categorized as the genre I picked. So hard rock, they were all labeled hard rock. They had a tag for hard rock. My opinion and on popularity. So in my opinion, they were the best hard rock artists of that time period. They were popular at that time, so I did take that in consideration. Were they active? Yeah, they were. A lot of these bands released at least 3 albums during the 2000s, between 2000 and 2009.
Okay.
So that was my criteria. So number 5, I had Rammstein. Rammstein kind of started late 90s, but when they came in, they had a good role. I think they released 3 albums in the 2000s. Again, that was my opinion, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go with Rammstein. Number 4, I had Chevelle. Chevelle had a lot of I don't know what the word is, but like they had albums that like went certified certain whatever,
Platinum,
platinum
gold,
and
or
so
whatever.
on,
Gold,
yeah,
right,
so
right.
on. I think they
Bronze.
released, yeah, it's not bronze. So they released I think 4 albums in the 2000s. Again, they were part of that early 2000s movement of all these bands coming out right after nu metal. So it was mostly a lot of hard rock that came out. Number 3, I had Papa Roach. Same thing. They came out in late 90s. They were super popular in the 2000s. They released, I think, at least 3 albums in between 2000 and 2009. Number 2, I had Foo Fighters. Had to have Foo Fighters on there. They're hard rock.
I always place them in the 90s, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they did gain a lot of traction in the 90s, but then they also came into the 2000s and they were still going. They were still active. They were still relevant. That was another thing too. A lot of these bands were relevant, stayed relevant throughout the 2000s.
Yeah.
Right when the 2010s hit, a lot of these started to drop off. Number 1 was System of a Down.
Okay.
System of a Down, some people say nu metal, but they were not nu metal at all. They were like kind of alternative metal, but mainly hard rock. They were just like their own type of hard rock, and it was kind of hard for people to categorize.
Do you consider
them.
Foo Fighters hard rock?
Yeah, Foo Fighters hard rock, definitely. Alternative rock, hard rock.
Alternative rock, I can see.
Yeah.
They're just
I think the
seem
reason-
that
I wasn't
hard
sh-
to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about them, but then when I looked them up on Wikipedia, I was like, yeah, I did. Like especially like when you look at their 2000 stuff, like they had Pretender, which when you listen to it and you look at its hard guitar, it's like that's hard rock. They had
Okay.
forgot what else they had on there, but what do you think of my list so far? Hard
Well,
rock.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned System of a Down because they came out in the 90s. So
Yeah,
I
they
feel
did.
like automatically if you're a hard rock band that came out in the 90s, you were categorized as nu metal.
You were, but you see, a
know?
lot of people kind of mixed a lot of those bands up falsely in the nu metal category when
but
they
also-
weren't. Because
but
System was
also-
not.
No,
nu
they
metal.
weren't. But also, what makes nu metal
Nu metal was I
compared
think
to
we talked about it.
compared to hard rock?
Well,
you know?
like Korn, like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was a mixture of styles. It was
Yeah.
metal, like some element of hip hop or rap.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like early Papa Roach. But then it's weird because
Or
Papa
Linkin
Roach
Park.
or Linkin Park, yeah. And what's weird is with those two bands,
Yeah.
Linkin Park and Papa Roach, their first albums that came out in that nu metal time frame were technically nu metal because they fused that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then once the 2000s hit, especially Papa Roach with that second album,
Right.
they started to lean more into hard rock and then started to mix other stuff in there later on. But ultimately, I did check Wikipedia to see if they were tagged as hard rock. And
It's funny because I always think when I think of nu metal, I always think of the early 2000s. I really don't think about the 90s so much.
yeah, it's weird.
But I know
it's weird
yeah.
because I think you guys probably don't remember, but when we talked about it, technically nu metal started like mid 90s, and that was with Korn.
When Korn,
Yeah, Korn
for
was
sure.
the one that and then Limp Bizkit, of course. Those were like the two guys. They were, yeah. So, but
You
yeah,
didn't
you're right.
say
You're
it
right.
Mario.
What did I say?
Limp.
Limp Bizkit.
Thank you.
All right. So y'all ready to hear what Google Bard had to say about my list?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
kind of pissed me off a little bit, but here we go. Google Bard. I said, list the top 5 best 2000s hard rock bands and give reason. Here are the top 5 best 2000s hard rock bands with reason why. Number 1, Linkin Park. I was tempted to put Linkin Park on my list, but didn't. Linkin Park was one of the most popular and influential bands of the 2000s. They helped to popularize nu metal, which this wasn't about nu metal, a genre that blended heavy metal with alternative rock and hip hop, which is what we just said. Linkin Park's album Hybrid Theory that came out in 2000 and Meteora in 2003 were both massive commercial successes, and they sold over 100 million records worldwide. Again, this was kind of like the whole thing, I think, with Frank's list, where they started in one genre and they ended up somewhere else. And Bard kind of picked that up and went from the beginning. I was like, I'm not talking about nu metal, though.
Right.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're the only band in their category who have reached diamond
Probably.
sales.
Yeah, probably.
wow.
They were super fucking
Yeah,
They
I mean,
were
like
popular,
I think their debut album sold over 10 million copies just in the U.S.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they sold. Number 2, Google Bard totally disappointed me on this one because 1, this band was not nu metal. 2, this band was not hard rock.
Okay.
And Frank, you can chime in on this one.
Okay.
Number 2, Avenged Sevenfold.
What?
Avenged Sevenfold is another popular nu metal. Again, it said nu metal. Popular nu metal band that
I don't
emerged.
see them as new metal either.
They're not. It's
No.
just weird. They're not. They were just metal.
They no, like their
Not
first
even metal,
Their
actually.
very early
No.
stuff was
like
almost,
hardcore.
It was like metalcore.
Metalcore. There
a
you
little
go.
Bit, yeah,
well,
yeah.
they didn't have breakdowns, so
No, but it was like in the metalcore realm.
yeah,
you know?
it was.
Yeah.
So finishing what it says they are known for their heavy guitars, complex drumming, and soaring vocals. Avenged Sevenfold has released 7 studio albums, all of which have been certified platinum or multi-platinum in the United States. So far, Google Bard failed me on this. Number 3, I kind of see, but whatever, you guys' opinion. Number 3, Green Day. Green Day. Green Day is a punk rock band that has been around.
No, they're not.
Since the they're not.
So why would they put that in hard rock?
I don't
know, and they're not even
description,
punk.
I literally
They're not
said
punk.
I know.
punk rock.
I know.
They're
not
no,
punk.
The description it's giving
I know.
you.
Well, it did it with the last ones. It said
It
nu
did it with the
metal.
last-
Yeah,
said-
it's fucking dumb.
Here we go. So let me finish.
AI
that sentence.
is dumb.
It's dumb. Punk rock that has been around since the 90s, but they really broke through the mainstream success in the 2000s. This is true. Their album American Idiot in 2004 was a critical and commercial phenomenon, and it won a Grammy Award for Album of the Year. Green Day has continued to release
That's
successful
real punk to get Grammys.
Yeah. Green Day has continued to release successful albums in the 2010s, and they remain one of the most popular and influential rock bands in the world. I was totally side.
That's weird.
Yeah, weird.
Though they're like pop punk. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't
they're-
know.
they are
but
pop punk.
honestly,
They're like the early pop punk.
yeah,
Yeah.
They
so,
kind of like
yeah.
Let's call them pioneers of pop punk. That'll make it sound like we
Yeah, that
respect
sounds.
them.
Yeah, that sounds better.
What were your default lists? Like your
Any
runner-up
backups?
lists?
Oh, I'm not done yet. I'm on number 4.
Oh shit, sorry.
No, you're good. So number 4, System of a Down, which got it right.
Yay. Okay.
System of a Down is a heavy metal band that is known for their unique sound with which blends elements of metal, rock, and Middle Eastern music. They have released 4 studio albums, which is incorrect. It's technically 5, all of which have been successful. System of a Down has also won a Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance. Though they are metal, they are still also hard rock.
Yeah.
Because they're not straight metal. If you listen
No.
to straight metal, it's more... I mean, you guys know.
Yeah.
If they were metal, I don't think they'd be played on radio as much as they were,
I agree.
especially in 2000s. Number 5, Foo Fighters.
What? I can't even
Look
believe
at
that.
Mario.
Foo Fighters is a rock band that was formed by former Nirvana drummer Dave Grohl. They have released 10 studio albums, all of which have been successful. Foo Fighters have won 12 Grammy Awards and have sold over 25 million records worldwide. These are just a few of the many great hard rock bands that emerged in the 2000s. This was a decade of great diversity in hard rock, and there were many bands that broke new ground and pushed the genre forward. So, in the closing statement, it puts them all as hard rock, but it was saying...
but individually it listed them as different genres.
My biggest issue with this was Linkin Park, Avenged Sevenfold, and Green Day, because those...
So 3/5 of the list
Yeah, well, because
is all wrong.
Because Linkin Park, even then, if you looked at it like not new metal, it would be more alt metal.
Yes, or just alt rock.
Avenged Sevenfold, same thing.
Same thing.
Green
yeah.
Day, not
Just
even.
not even close.
So it's the other list that it had: 1 Linkin Park, 2 Avenged Sevenfold, 3 Green Day, 4 System of a Down, 5 Slipknot. Slipknot, I think, is a little more heavy to be hard rock.
Yeah.
Opinion. I mean, because I consider Slipknot metal.
So. Yeah, metal. I was
Yeah.
gonna say metal.
Yeah,
I mean, they did start new metal, and then I think it was just metal after that.
It's definitely more in the metal
Metal.
category.
The third draft was Linkin Park #1, Avenged Sevenfold again, Green Day again, System of a Down again, Slipknot again, but just with different reasons. So I feel
Interesting.
like it butchered mine a little bit, even though I was specific. So
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So you got
I don't know.
2 out of 5.
I got 2 out of 5.
So
yeah.
Kim wins. Kim totally wins.
You had what out of 5?
I had 2.
You had 2.
Frank had 1.
You had
One.
1.
Kim got 3.
Kim had 3.
Yeah.
Kim beat Google Bard pretty much.
Good job.
Yeah. So all right, Britt, you ready to wrap this up? We'll have another beer. So after looking at the list again, Kim had 2 out of 5 as well.
Oh, she did?
Two.
The reason why we were thinking 3 was because Brittany was on the other lists.
Oh.
But
okay.
so 2 out of 5. It looks like we all had 2 out of 5, but Frank had 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
But that's whatever. So, what'd y'all think?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, definitely fun.
I mean, yeah, there are some things that I could agree with.
Yeah.
With Google Bard, but I also think some of the stuff is like, it's there but not quite there.
Yeah, especially
You know?
with my list, I was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just weird because like I thought I was specific enough for it to scour the web and
Right.
Oh.
get some good, get a
Yeah.
good list, and it kind of didn't. Especially, well, I think mine and yours list was the one that was more stupid because I specifically said 90s pop and it still didn't do it. But anyways, we'll do it again. I don't know what
Right.
we'll do. We'll decide and we'll do it again, and at least y'all guys will have a heads up next time. So that was us going up against Google Bard. You guys ready for another beer?
Yes.
Okay, we'll try one more beer
Yeah.
and then we'll close it out. Let's see.
We should ask Google Bard what it thinks of the best auto-tune songs.
That can be your genre for next time.
It's gonna be all
T-Pain.
T-Pain.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do y'all want like something normal, or do y'all want something weird?
Weird.
Weird.
Well, we had watermelon, apricot, and what was the first one? Oh, orange. So.
Oh, the orange, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one.
Oh
I don't
no,
know,
does
this-
it
I don't
taste
know
like
when this was
tacos or
canned.
something?
No.
Jelly beans?
Yeah. So
Oh.
this is
Better.
from 903 Brewers, I believe Sherman, Texas. Yeah, Sherman, Texas. It's called Jelly Bean Goza. It's a Goza style ale with cherry, cara, orange, and lime. Yeah, cool little
Okay.
can. Jelly beans on there.
Yeah,
Brett,
it
I'll
looks
let
like
you-
a Jelly Belly.
Yeah, it looks like
Should-
yeah, it does. They should. I'm surprised they're not.
Sue them. No.
Yeah. Let's see. So 903 jelly.
Have they done a puke flavored beer?
Oh, that's disgusting.
That was Martin.
That was the
Pizza
pizza,
beer.
house.
That
I said that was the pizza house.
was
Pizza House.
Kim's cut off.
Well, because Jelly Belly has, was it the Harry Potter ones?
yeah, with the puke in the grass. And all
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah, because
The
the
pizza beer.
The Bartle Beats.
Birdie bots every flavor bean.
Yes.
stuff. Smells like a goza.
Yes, it does.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show. Maybe I'm thinking we did, but what I found out was that I was pronouncing Gose wrong. Gose doesn't have an accent mark. And I know we had a debate about this like way before.
Yes.
Goza is actually German rooted. So it's Goza, not Gose.
Okay.
So,
Cool. Good to know,
anyways, that's
yes.
how you say it.
Mental
uh,
note.
It's not bad.
Yay, nay.
It's not bad, but I don't taste any of those things. It tastes like vanilla.
It does taste like vanilla. It's weird because there's this cherry, cara, orange, and lime. I do taste the orange, but it does taste vanilla-ish. I don't know why. I'm tasting the same thing.
Does it come in like
It's like
after
vanilla.
tastes or anything? Or?
It's kind of tart after, but that's
yeah,
just the
but that's
style
from
of
the
beer,
style.
right?
Mhm.
So
It's good. It doesn't taste
I mean,
bad.
it's not bad. It just doesn't taste like what it says. And there's no jelly bean taste. of
Yeah.
anything. No. It's just a goza.
I give it a 4.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
not bad.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Brett says 4. I say 4.
I mean, the taste is good. I just don't. No, Kim says no.
No.
Interesting. That's not a number.
Like 3, I guess, maybe.
Your
Maybe
face
2.
doesn't look
face
like
I'm pulling a link
says
right now.
zero.
Yeah, I know. It looks like a 2. Not you, but like.
I was gonna say,
We're like, ouch.
man, maybe like 2.9. Like under. I don't know. There's something in there that's just like.
Because you're saying 2.9, but your face is saying 1.
Like zero.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I guess because it's sour. I'm like, ooh, like it's tart to me.
A little bit.
This is the girl who loves pickle everything.
Yeah. It's
There's just a weird like.
2.9 then.
Yeah, there's like a weird. Taste
Interesting.
in there.
All right. Interesting. All right, guys. So that was our first attempt at going up against Google Bard. We'll try it again. If you guys have a topic suggestion that we can use, you can throw that out. If not, we'll talk about it and see for a future one. I'm gonna talk to these guys after we turn the mics off about next episode because we're only 4 episodes away from episode 100.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and actually, I can start promoting
You
it
should
now.
have done the button.
Oh yeah, I can still do it.
Episode 100.
Episode 100. We're 4 episodes away. So I guess I can start promoting it now. We already talked about it. I don't know when it's going to come out because research is going to be
Required.
on this one. But episode 100 is going to be our true crime episode.
One true crime
90.
episode.
What?
I disagree
One
with this.
person, I feel like because I think it would be too long for us to each do a true crime in one episode.
And I think we should go back to our beer game because
will.
that's what we did for 50.
Britt, that's going to be 99.
I don't
trust me.
like
But-
that.
That's not. It's
It
for
should
us.
be
It
100.
has to be a pregame, Britt. It has to be because I'm telling you, people. We're excited for that episode, but I think more people are going to be topic wise. More people are going to be like, oh,
We
because
can't
I know
do
we like that game. We like that game.
4
Yeah,
true
yeah.
crimes in one episode.
We can split it in 2 if y'all want.
It's gonna have to be more than one, I'm sure.
Unless we,
have
like,
you ever
gloss
listened to
over
a
them.
true crime podcast before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and they're long. They're like our episode each for one freaking.
All right.
case.
Well, I guess we're having this discussion now. So how do y'all want to do this?
We could do this
No,
later. I just said-
Well, maybe we could like
we could do it, but we could just give a brief,
Yeah,
little description
like-
about what
Or
happened.
do
make
y'all
sure
wanna
we
do-
only
or
have
do y'all
like
wanna do-
15 minutes worth of talking
or do
each.
y'all want to do a
Okay,
4-part
that's
where
fine.
everybody gets their own?
No, we can.
No,
do
I don't
it.
want to talk that long.
We can do it.
Okay, so we can split in pairs. Frank and Britt get one. Me and Kim get another.
Episode?
I think we should just do 15 minutes each. Keep it
Or-
short, sweet.
It's kind of hard. All right, we can try that. 20 minutes.
20 minutes
20
each.
minutes. I think 20 minutes. No,
Okay.
well,
No.
25. 20 and the reason why I say 25 is because we've had a lot of 2-hour episodes where we
Okay.
didn't base. 25 seems like more
I think 20 though
probable.
because we have all of our segments at the beginning and beer breaks.
Yeah.
20 no more than 25.
Okay,
Minimum 20.
capped.
Cap that
20 to
Okay.
I'd say
25
like 15,
minutes.
15. That way it's an hour.
Okay, let's take a vote on this.
Plus you add all the other stuff. It's going to be an hour and a half.
Do
episode.
y'all want the drinking game to be episode 100?
I do.
I don't care.
Frank, any thoughts?
Frank's not even drinking.
It's between me and Britt, basically.
I'll arm wrestle, but you'll win.
No, I mean, I think it sounds fun, but like you said, pre-game would be cool.
We'll do it 99. Sorry,
Okay,
Britt.
it's okay. Well, that's cool. That means it comes even sooner.
Okay, so I have executive power on that a little bit. So episode 99 we're gonna do. So that's decided. Episode 99 is gonna be our 3rd drinking game, alphabet drinking game. So we're gonna do that. We'll decide how we want to do it because I know I kind of threw a curveball and said maybe we should do songs, but y'all guys were saying let's stick to bands
Yeah,
because
stick
it'll
to
make
bands.
it's just gonna be hard on me because I'm gonna have to go back, which is fine. I can go back
What?
and see that we don't repeat something from before. So I'm gonna do that, and then
Because okay, so are you going to share with us our previous list or no?
I'm gonna have to have it somehow. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can. If not, then we'll just go. and
Because that was
it's-
part of the game, right? If
Yeah.
we repeat, then we have to
that
drink.
one,
So
the second one was easy because I had the first list, but this third one might be a little harder. We're probably gonna have to call each other out on this, you know, and
Okay.
try to remember. Or
well,
I
then,
can,
hey, there you go. Then give each other people's list, but we don't see our own.
or
Don't even stress yourself out on trying to get the list. Let's just go.
actually, what I should do is we have the playlist. I think for
Okay.
both of them,
Uh-huh.
and I can see them. So if one of them's already said, I can be like, hey, no, it was already said.
Oh, it was already said.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the playlist will help me on that. So
Okay.
okay, 99 we have that.
Okay.
Fuck, now I'm kind of. Yeah, I guess 100 we can do the true crime, one of them. So
No, we're doing one, and they're gonna.
Okay,
be
let's talk
15
about
minutes.
this later.
Oh, that's right.
All
No,
right,
you're right.
guys.
You're right.
Let's
No,
see
you're
on
right.
next
No,
week,
no,
maybe,
you
or
another
corrected
episode
me.
and
You're
we're
right.
capping
You
ourselves.
corrected
in, like,
me.
2
You
weeks.
corrected
I don't
me.
know.
You
We'll see.
correct.
I'll
You
get-
corrected me. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
99. Okay, so let's go backwards.
We don't need
100.
that much detail. Okay.
You're right. 100. 25 minutes each. True crime.
Max.
Max.
Yeah.
99 is going to be our drinking game.
Uh huh.
That leaves
today?
96. So that leaves 97, 98. I did want to do one for Tefons. I wanted to do Australian artists or bands.
Yeah, for sure. And
So-
we'll do Australian beer.
Yes. So we'll do that next week. Let's do that next week.
Okay.
And then for 98, I have some stuff written down. We'll figure it out. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll do it like that. 97, we'll do Australian. 99 will be drinking, and then 100 will be true crime.
Can New Zealand be thrown in with the new
Sure.
Australia?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can we ask Stefans first? Because what if he doesn't like that?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll ask him and I'll see
Be
if
like,
he
hey,
would like to
Stefans,
include.
are you cool with
Isn't-
us including the Kiwis?
New Zealand isn't like
Where is that?
because when you're naming continents, no, not continents. Yeah, isn't it its own?
It's just free floating out there.
Yeah.
It's not part of like when you're naming like Europe, Asia,
I mean, you could call it Oceania,
Oceania.
You know?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. All right,
but I
we'll
think
just throw New Zealand in there. Screw it.
yeah, because I mean, New Zealand's it's lumped in with Australia in
like
terms of
literally right
Oftentimes, yeah,
there.
because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
of
there.
continents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that. Australian artists next week, and then yeah. So I think we're pretty much set up. So I don't know when these episodes will happen because they're gonna take some time. Well, the true crime one will take some time. Everyone needs to be set in what they're gonna say because that
We're
I
gonna
wanted
practice
to.
our speeches
Yeah.
before the show.
Yeah. That I
Time
want you.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 25 minutes. I mean, Britt cut
Sheesh.
everybody a break because I was like, oh, let's do part 1, part 2. And that would have been like longer. So you cut it down 25 minutes. It'll let you structure out how you want to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't give you guys homework like that all the time. So
No, it's
Yes,
just
you
true.
do.
It's true.
use Google Bard, Kim, if you have to. Just tell it to write your report for you. 25 minutes. Britt,
Why,
about
so
how
you can
many
have the
words
facts
is 25
wrong?
minutes?
Oh my god. I don't know. I'm not a speech
So you
teacher.
can have facts wrong.
I know, right?
I
You're-
know, right?
It's-
Stupid AI.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, that'll be actually. If you want to use Google Bard, you don't have to tell me. We won't know.
I'm trying to think if I can even fill 25 minutes.
Use
Y'all can
what's
just go
that,
ahead and
Chat
already
GP
plan
or
that. I'm
whatever
not
that
going
is?
to
Chat
talk
GPT.
that
That's
long.
pretty
Yeah,
much a
that's what I'm
spin.
gonna
Yeah,
use.
it's
Yeah,
like
that's the same
yeah.
stuff, right?
All right, guys.
Similar?
Pay somebody to do mine for me.
Okay, so just use Google Bard or pay one of Britt's students to
Yeah.
write a report for you,
Britt can have the roster.
and they'll use
Yes.
Chat GPT.
Yes, you may.
the best ones, not the
best.
shitty ones.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
No offense, guys.
So,
This is literally 4 episodes away. You have plenty of time. You have at least a month. If you don't want to do
Okay.
it, it's cool. You don't have to.
yeah, that's fine.
But it'll cut the
Oh,
that
okay.
means your time is split amongst everybody
okay,
else.
cut me
So
off
it
then.
bumps everybody to 30.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. It'll bump
Do we
everybody to
have
30
to
minutes.
need to define true crime?
What do you mean?
Like,
Can we?
Everybody knows what true crime is. Dateline. Watch Dateline. That's what
I
it is.
know, but I mean,
Oh, true crime could be anything. Murder. It could be a heist. It
but
could
what
be
if we
a.
already know that, like, what actually happened?
That's
Is it-
fine.
That's
That-
okay.
yeah,
It's okay if
plenty
we-
of
there's
true
no,
crime
like,
podcasts are
mystery
like,
left
nah.
or anything.
No.
No.
But if you do have one where it's like no one solved a mystery, then that's even better too. But I doubt we're all gonna have anything like that. So,
Okay.
but yeah, no, that's fine. So, all right. Well, I guess that's it, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah.
All right,
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Cheers.